Hey, chickies. Okay, today I'm getting on my high horse again. So feel free to clock off now and don't watch this video, but I'm getting on my high horse about this thing that's happening at Standing Rock. I've been watching it over the last, I don't know, probably month or so. Because I watch the Young Turks on YouTube, I get a lot of news from them and other sources as well. Like I watch CNN, I watch a lot of things. I pride myself in thinking that I am a well-informed person. I get my news. I even watch a little bit of Fox News every now and then just to see what they're doing over there. It's kind of crazy sometimes. Anyway, not trying to cast aspersions on people with conservative views or anything like that, or people who like money. That's fine too. But what is going on over at Standing Rock is pretty shocking. From the videos that I've seen from different places, of course, you're not going to get them, well, a lot of mention of them on your regular mainstream news media. Certainly not going to get it on Fox News. You're just not. Because, well, I don't know why. I really don't. They've been distracted by the election, I guess. What is going on there is pretty shocking. And if you live anywhere from North Dakota down towards Illinois, you should be concerned about this. You really, really should. The Standing Rock Sioux tribe, who basically, well, I mean, they absolutely, definitely, but legally own that land at Standing Rock. They've been duped, they've been fobbed, set aside, and they've been disinherited from their own land in relation to this pipeline, which is going to carry oil through and down alongside the Missouri River, which I've looked at my maps and I can see that it goes from North Dakota all the way down to Illinois. That's where they want to pipe this oil. Now, I think everybody, even with the least amount of education, will know that oil and water don't mix. And I've done a bit of research, and I think that I'm pretty safe to say that there is no such thing as a leak-proof pipe. It doesn't exist. There isn't a thing. You are going to get oil leaking into the Missouri River. So from my perspective, and yeah, I'm an Australian, I'm on the other side of the world, and trust me, my government just as corrupt as yours and everyone else's in the world. Like, for some reason, the almighty dollar means more to them than the citizens that they are hired to serve. Anyway, so as I was saying, there is no such thing as a leak-proof pipe. No such thing at all. You will get oil in your river. If you live anywhere from North Dakota through to Illinois, you will get oil in your water. You won't know about it because they won't tell you about it. Apparently, it has to be a pretty bad spill for it to end up on the news. Let's just say that. I mean, I've been watching it. I've been watching stories and educating myself on this particular issue, and I even in my very small way wanted to shed some light on the situation. Hopefully some of you will be, even some of you, even if you're in a different country, but especially if you're in America and if you're affected by this, if you live anywhere from there to there, then hopefully just me doing this video might pique your curiosity and you might go and get some information for yourself, because I think it's really important. The situation there is getting pretty scary. The police are being pretty aggressive from what I can see, all accounts, especially the story of the one girl, Sophia, who had it's a noisy grenade, like a concussion grenade thrown at her, and her arm was severely injured. She's still in hospital and having surgeries as we speak, I believe. I'll put links in the description box down below so you can go and do some research yourself, but I think it's really important for people who have a voice to say something. I'm obviously not going to North Dakota. I can't go there. It's not something I can do, but I mean, I would if I could. If I could, I would get on a plane and go to Standing Rock and lend my voice that way if I could, but I can't. So I'm doing it in the only way that I can. So anyway, I wanted to do a dream catcher, and I did some watercolor and river as well, and some mountains. So anyway, I really hope you like this one. I hope while you're watching this you think about it and maybe go and click on some links that I put down below so you can go and, if you're not informed, if you want to be informed, anyway, that was a really long intro. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. It's really important. I'm not sorry at all. And yes, sometimes I get a little bit wordy, and sometimes I get a bit lectury, and sometimes that's okay. And if you don't like it, that's fine too. That's not a big deal. It's fine. Anyway, I really hope you like it. I really enjoyed doing this, and the whole time I was doing it, I was thinking about the water protectors and their plight, and I feel very bad for them. I really do. I think it's high time we started putting people before profit. That's the thing. It's really important. Okay, we're going to get into this. Okay, so I'm going to be doing some stamping. So we're going to go ahead and do that first. I'm using UberChic Beauty's Great Outdoors plate. I love this plate. I really, really love it. I'm going to be using Dance Legends black stamping polish. This is on my ring fingernail. So I chose this particular image because it reminds me of like a typographical map of like waterways. So that's why I chose this particular image this particular time. Stamping done, I'm now going to add some colour using my watercolour in my favourite colour. It's called Prussian Blue, but it reminds me of an Indigo Blue. It looks purple on the bottle, but it's actually a really beautiful indigo blue. There was really no method to how I was going to achieve what I ended up achieving. It basically just did it itself. That's the beauty about watercolor paints. You'll never know what you're going to get, and it's always fun, to be honest. I really, really enjoy painting with these watercolor paints. So in some areas I went darker, and other areas I went lighter. To go lighter, you can either add more water or you can add a little bit of white, but I was just adding water at this point. You can work it as much as you like or as little as you like, depending on what you're going for, and as soon as you achieve what you like, then you can stop. It's pretty simple, really. Next, I'm going to add my favourite top coat. Of course, that is Seche Vite, and then we'll move on to the other three nails. So for the other three nails, I did pretty much exactly the same thing, at least for the base, and that is to come in with the watercolor paints dark to start with and just sort of swish it all around my nail. Not really concerned, or not not even slightly concerned with how it looks at this point, because there's just the way the watercolor paints work on your nail. You can see that they pull a little bit. I have no top coat over this. I'm not sure if I mentioned I used OPI's Alpine Snow on all of my nails, and I have no top coat over the top of that, and I didn't use a matte top coat either. I just put it straight over the white polish. Now the really fun bit comes once you've got a good amount of color on your nail, and then you start adding water. Once you add water, you can start to see that it really does move around and it gets really organic. It's lovely. I really love it. It very much reminds me of water, which is the kind of point of this. So once that was dry, I then decided to add another image from the UberChic Beauty Great Outdoors mini plate. I didn't stamp it very well. I don't think that was the plate or the stamper's fault. I think it was my fault, and I used white Dance Legend stamping polish. Next, on the same nail, I'm going to be adding a dream catcher. I'm using my fine detail brush and some white acrylic craft paint. Now the dream catcher I'm doing today is a pretty basic one. It's a similar design that I've done on a number of occasions in the past, but I have to say I wasn't 100% impressed with with just the way I did it. I don't know why. I was probably a bit distracted. I don't know. I did like it in the end. In the end, it worked out really well, but it's not as precise as how I've made them in the past. So, yeah. But the thing with dream catchers is they're very forgiving in that respect. They're not. They're what is it? What's the word? They're not unforgiving. They're very forgiving. So even the yeah, it doesn't matter. It's okay. Sorry. I just know people are going to hate this video because of my my lecture at the beginning. They'll have to get over it. Now, as you can see, I'm adding a feather. Now, this is all in white, and as you can see, it's not standing out so well, but I'll show you how I fix that in a minute. So first, in order to try and get the feather to stand out a little bit more, I added a little bit of black acrylic craft paint to my white and mixed it about a bit to make it grey. Just trying to add a little bit more depth and dimension to the feather to make it stand out a little more on the nail. Now, yes, it did work somewhat, but not as much as I wanted it to, so I decided to come back in with a little bit more of the acrylic craft paint the watercolor paint, the blue, the indigo blue. And once I did that, I think I was very, very happy. Once all of that was completely dry, I went ahead and sealed it all in with my favourite top coat. Of course, that is Seche Vite, as per usual. And that's it for this one. I really hope you liked it. I hope you do go and click on some of the links I leave below so you can go and get some information for yourself. Don't take my word for it. You know, I'm not an authority on this subject. I've just been watching the news and I know a little something. But yeah, I just think it's really important that we start thinking about the people that are affected by these sorts of things. We all know what happened to Flint, and that was driven by people wanting to save money rather than doing the right thing by their citizens. So I don't understand why people don't go to jail for doing these things, for poisoning people's water. I mean, the consequences of an oil spill in the Missouri River may not be prevalent at the beginning, may not be next week, it may not be next year, it may not be 5 years from now, but it's most definitely going to come to light 15, 20 years in the future, and your children, your grandchildren, your children's grandchildren will be affected by it. And we've only got one big blue ball to live on. As you know, nobody's figured out how to live on Mars yet, and until they do, this is it. This is the one we've got, and we've got to make sure that we look after it, you know. Yeah, anyway, that's it. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm not going to say all my other stuff in this video because I just don't feel like it. Going now. I really have. Oh, actually, no, before I go, and there's probably only one or two of you still there, I wanted to say, if you want to do something to show your support for the water protectors, you know, if you can't go to Standing Rock yourself, by all means, go ahead and paint your nails blue and use the hashtag NoDAPL, NoDAPL, and post it on Instagram. And I'd love to see them. I'll come and check them all out. If you do them, I'll come and look. I promise. And I'll comment and stuff like that. I will. Just go ahead and do it. Alrighty. Thanks so much again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, chickies. Love yous. Love yous all.